After President Trump signed the One Big Beautiful Bill into law, Elon Musk has launched his America Party, which he says will be a political movement that will shake up the 2026 midterm elections. Republicans are gearing up to defend their slim House majority and their relatively big Senate majority that they have right now. Musk's America Party will threaten to siphon voters from the GOP base, potentially handing Democrats key victories in the 2026 Senate and House elections. And this isn't just speculation. It is a real risk. The America Party could have real risk to the Republican Party and allow Democrats to take control of Congress. Even if America Party only peels away 5 to 10% of Republican-leaning voters, especially in swing districts or swing states, it will hurt the party even more. But today we are going to be breaking down exactly why Musk's America Party will destroy the GOP's chances in 2026. Now, Elon Musk's anti-establishment rhetoric, his free speech advocacy, criticism of government overreach really aligns with the GOP. It does not appeal with your rank-and-file Democrat voter or your disillusioned Democrat voter. It aligns with GOP, Republican voters, especially younger and libertarian-leaning voters. And with his wealth at close to $400 billion, this gives him unmatched resources to fund campaigns and amplify his party's message on platforms like X that he owns. Issues like deregulation, tech innovation, and skepticism of woke policies pull directly at the GOP playbook, making it much more likely that Musk will siphon voters from the Republican Party than the Democrat Party. Now, right now, Republicans are trying to defend the 219 seats they have in the House of Representatives and the 53 seats they have in the Senate. And history shows third-party movements often siphon voters from the right. It's not always true, but most recently, or the most historical one at a high level, was 1992 with Ross Perot. Ross Perot's Reform Party platform took 20% of the national vote, pulling heavily from George H.W. Bush's base of support and helping Bill Clinton win in 1992. In 2026, the America Party will replicate this by targeting conservative-leaning voters in swing states like Georgia, North Carolina, Ohio, even in competitive districts in California, in Pennsylvania, in New York, where races are expected to be tight. And I think it's fair to estimate that if Musk follows through with this on a lower level, House districts, Senate districts, I could see him taking 5, 10, 15% of the vote away from the GOP in these key races, which would be enough to flip seats to the Democrats in districts where margins are razor thin. You look at the House districts right now, 2024. Even if this shifts to the Democrat Party by, let's say, 2 percentage points, a 2-point shift to the right, to the left, Democrats do 2 points better, which, remember, in 2018, they did 9 points better. They won the popular vote by 9 percentage points in these House races. All of a sudden, you have Democrats with a majority, 221 to 214. They flip places, like Iowa's 1st congressional district. They hold on to places in California that were extremely, extremely tight before. They flip competitive districts in Wisconsin. They win Maine's 2nd congressional district. That's the reality that we are looking at here. This is the reality of the America Party running, Elon Musk running. For example, look at Maine's 2nd congressional district. This was a district that was won by Jared Golden by a 0.5 percentage point. Donald Trump carried this by almost 10 points here. If you were to look at this race right here, and you were to see that the America Party, if you even want to call it that, could siphon off 5 or 10% of this vote here, instead of losing by a 0.5 percentage point, the Republicans, they'd be losing by 5 or 6 percentage points here, putting this race even further out of reach. And Republicans, as we said, hold a slim majority. Even small vote splitting could destroy control of Congress. Republicans are defending 22 seats in the Senate in 2026. This is the map that's up in 2026. It is extremely tight. If the America Party decides to target places in Maine, in North Carolina, the Senate race in North Carolina, in Maine, in Michigan, in Georgia, that would be catastrophic. It'd be catastrophic even if the America Party candidate pulls 5% in Maine. Susan Collins may lose her election. She may lose her election if that happens. That is not some far-off idea that you could see happening in Maine. It really isn't. And like we said, Democrats need to just net 3 seats to flip the House of Representatives. With 13 Democrat seats in Trump-won districts and only 3 GOP seats in Harris-won districts, the America Party could tip these races that are going to be really, really close. Like we said, look, go into New York. There's some competitive races. You look in New York. You look at New York 17 with Mike Lawler. He's a prime target, especially if he runs for governor. And an America Party candidate could siphon off 5-10% of the GOP voters in 2020 in this race. It would be catastrophic. It would be catastrophic. The GOP has a divide within the party. And I think it's good. I think it's good that you have different factions of the party that are playing off each other here. You have a much more MAGA conservative portion of the party, and then you have a more traditional conservative portion of the party. And Elon Musk party will exploit this. And he will appeal to voters who feel like Trump's influence has gone too far, or even not far enough, and peel some of these people away. MAGA candidates backed by Musk could primary more moderate Republicans, weakening the party's general election prospects in 2026 for the Republicans. But all in all, Elon Musk's America Party is a wild card that could destroy Republican hopes in the 2026 House and Senate elections. But let's acknowledge reality. As of right now, July 7th at 12:07 p.m. Central Standard Time, a political party has not filed with the state, with the FEC yet. No party called, or anyone associated with Elon Musk, has filed to organize a party called the America Party. And let's also realize that it's a lot of work to get on ballots in different states. Every state has different regulations on how you get onto the ballots. That's just a reality of this, which could make it a lot harder for Musk. So do I think Musk is going to completely follow through with this? I don't know. I feel like there is a good chance that he doesn't. I feel like there's a good chance that this is kind of all just smoke and mirrors as of right now, to take out, maybe, is he doing it for show? Maybe is he doing it because there were a lot of people, maybe investors at Tesla, not happy with his close alliance with President Trump. Who knows what's going on? But ultimately, I think that if he goes forward with this, it will hurt Republicans, no doubt about it. Do I have some doubts on whether he actually will follow through at the end of the day, actually primary, or I should say run America Party candidates? I think that's a pretty far off idea right now, but who knows? He's the richest man in the world. He can pour as much money into this as he wants to. He will do what he wants to. Because from Maine to North Carolina to Georgia to Michigan, the electoral map has a lot of vulnerabilities, even with a small America Party presence. This could flip seats. We could be looking at a completely different map here if this here. It's like this, that is the reality here. We could be looking at a totally different election. And let's just look at my Senate map as of right now. Let's just say let's just say the competitive states. If you have an America Party candidate running in the competitive states, okay, Minnesota probably becomes a likely Democrat state. New Hampshire probably stays the same. Maine could become a tilt or a toss-up. North Carolina stays a toss-up, may even become a lean Democrat state or tilt Democrat state. Georgia becomes a tilt Democrat state. Michigan, if there's an America Party candidate in each of these races, it's instantly a tilt Democrat state. If they run an America First candidate or America Party candidate in Florida, I think they ultimately get closer. All of these would get closer. Ohio could get closer. That is the reality here. So Republicans must unify to counter Elon Musk's appeal to avoid midterm disasters. The stakes are high for the 2026 Senate and House elections. And the clock is ticking. We have about a year and a half to get this figured out. We cannot let this happen. This will allow Democrats to take control. They win in Maine. They win all of these. We're still safe. We're still safe. But if Musk runs people in these other states, Ohio, Iowa, Nebraska, Texas, Alaska, Florida, it could get close. A lot closer than it should be. A lot closer than it should be. So this is something to keep an eye on. But if you found this breakdown helpful or useful, drop down below, hit that like button, smash that subscribe button. Make sure you never miss another video from us again in the future. And folks, let me know your thoughts down below. What are your thoughts on Elon Musk's America Party? Do you think this is actually something? Do you think it'll just fade away within the next couple months? Let me know your thoughts down below. And as always, folks, we'll catch you next time.